Make sure to follow my Instagram at Marspeed_official, where I'll answer all your questions in DMs. Hey guys, so for today's video I want to look at 12 different stripes and graphics that are popular on the Dodge Challengers, and this works for any of them since they came back into recirculation from 2008 all the way now to 2018. I've also done this with the Challengers, so if you're interested, make sure to take a look at the video link, which will be in the top right corner. Many people add stripes and graphics for a unique, fresh look, and these are among the most popular ones in the Mopar community, in my opinion. And if you're looking to do any of these to your car, you kind of have three options. You can plasti dip that area, vinyl wrap it, or just buy the pre-cut vinyls, which can probably be found on eBay, and apply those to the car. You can also get a professional to install it as well. And make sure to let me know if I missed anything in the comments below. So firstly, we will look at side stripes. First up is the 1970 RT style stripe. This is a single black stripe that runs along from the fenders, doors, and rear quarter panel, basically going through the entire side of the body. This pays homage to the 1970 RT Challenger, which had a similar looking stripe. This is a nice simple decal that adds a great look. If the 1970 stripe isn't your thing, how about the classic RT stripes? These were found on the 1971 Dodge Challenger RT models, and also come included from the factory on the Dodge Challenger RT Classic models, which I believe ran from 2009 to 2014. This stripe design is basically a set of double stripes that runs from the very front near the headlights all the way until just past the small rear window, and usually includes the RT lettering, but you can also really add any text that you want for more customization. This is another awesome look that pays tribute to the classics. Another slightly modified side stripe example is the TA stripe, this time paying tribute to the 1970 Dodge Challenger T8, which had a similar stripe. This is comparable to the classic RT stripes, but instead it is just one thicker stripe without any text at the end instead of the double stripes. And this one just runs right through the door handle and stops at the back window. Next up is the classic upper beltline stripe. This is similar to the double stripes I just talked about, but this includes the one stripe all the way from the front to the back, running through the door handle and gas cap areas. Finally, the last side stripe is the strobe stripe. This is a stripe that starts out as solid and then slowly starts breaking up into smaller pieces, eventually stopping just before the door handle, but there are many different designs as you'll see in the video, so there may be different options depending on what you're looking for. This is a more modern look in my opinion, and something different than your normal thicker stripes. So adding any of these side stripes will make the side of your car look unique and eye-catching, and makes Challengers that don't have these look plain to people's eyes. Alright, so next up we will explore some different hood stripes. First up is the one-piece hood graphic. This applies if you have the standard Challenger hood, and contours itself around the T-shape near the top of the hood and continues down in one solid stripe. You could even add some text at the end, such as Dodge or Hemi. Next is the RT hood stripe. This is something that was also featured on some of the classic Challengers as well. These stripes contour to the T on the Challenger hood, but on this one they're split down the center of the entire length of the hood. This is another fantastic example of making your hood area really stand out from the rest. The final hood area graphic would be the Mans Hashmarks. These are basically hash marks or smaller stripes that run from the fender up and along part of the side of the hood. You can also add some text underneath the stripes on the fender, such as RT, which most people do. This is a nice, easy, and simple way to add style. Alright, so now we'll look at stripes that run along the entire length of the car, and these would be called SRT8 stripes, or I guess you can also call them racing stripes. And they are basically just a set of two stripes that run the entire length of the car, from the edge of the front bumper to the edge of the rear bumper. These look really cool, and there's always a color for the stripes that will complement the body color of the car. These stripes can also be modified, thinner, thicker, or with the edges broken down into smaller pieces. You can also choose to run these along up the spoiler as well, and you can even take away a stripe and make it an E-Rally stripe design if you wanted to, but I've never seen this on a Challenger yet, only Chargers. Any of these customizations will definitely draw attention to the Challenger and works really well. Alright, so now let's take a look at the rear of the car. So a popular graphic that a lot of Dodge Charger owners do, but it can also be applied on the Challenger, would be C stripes. So this is basically a stripe in the shape of a C that starts on the rear fender area and continues up the car for a little bit. This is something that I don't see very often on a Challenger, but looks pretty solid in my opinion, and you can also add some text like a Hemi in the middle of the C as well. As for the trunk, you can add a tailband stripe, or it's also sometimes called the bumblebee stripe. The trunk area just works amazing for these on the Challenger, where a stripe will run along the trunk and drapes down on either side of it. These are highly customizable, and most people will add a logo in between the stripe, such as Hellcat or Super Bee, obviously depending on the model of your Challenger. And finally, we have rocker stripes. So these run along the edge of the side of the car, from the edge of the front wheel to the beginning of the rear wheel well. Again, there are so many choices here. You can make it a solid stripe, a strobe type of stripe, dual stripes, or whatever else you can think of, along with some kind of text like RT or Hemi if that's your thing. Alright guys, so that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like if you did, comment what stripes and graphics I missed, and I'll see you next video. Make sure to subscribe for more Mopar and car content.